All right. Here we are. Come to the top of your mat. Turn your palms forward. And press down through your big toes and lengthen through the crown of your head. Soften your knees, strengthen your hips. Strong belly. Imaginary string at the top of your head lifts you. Start to feel some extra activation in your hips, glutes, legs. Make sure you're not locking your knees because of it though. Strong belly. Think about lifting your heart. Think about pressing your shoulders. First, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Inhale your ears, shoulders to your ears, and then exhale, send them back and down and away. And let your heart lift. Let your big toes press down, let your heart lift. Let the crown of your head lift. Inhale, 2 arms up, touch the back of your shoulder blades. And then exhale, arms to your sides, release. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, hands up, reach up. Tap your shoulder blades. Think about lifting your heart. Exhale, arms to your sides. Last time. Inhale, hands up. Tap your shoulder blades. Lift your bottom ribs. Look up this time. And then exhale, releasing, bending your knees a lot, and bring your arm bones, bring your ribs to your leg bones, and bring your gentle fists inside your elbow creases, and just let your head hang low and yes. And then arms to your sides, rise back up to standing. Tap your shoulder blades, lift your heart, and exhale, arms to your sides. Bring your hands to your low back with your fingertips pointing down. Press down through your big toes. Make your hips very, very strong and lift your bottom ribs up. Inhale, bottom ribs lift. Exhale, shoulders fall away from ears. Inhale, lift your bottom ribs. Exhale, shoulders fall away from ears, soft knees, big toes pressing down, lots of strength in your hips. All right, inhale, 2 hands up, tap your shoulder blades again. Now this time, arms to your sides, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, extend your flat spine. And then exhale and step your feet back to plank. Take a moment here. Take a breath here. And then ground your knees. Bring your knees underneath your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. Find Hasta Bandha in your hands, energy activation in your hands. Bring your body around in some circles. Press through your fingers. Make it easy in your wrists. Both directions. Big toes together, knees apart, hips back towards your heels. Take a breath here in child's pose. Maybe still, maybe rock a little left and right. And then bring your heart forward again to tabletop. Exhale, look at your belly button and press up between your shoulder blades. Inhale, heart forward, look forward, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, gaze to belly. Inhale, heart forward, look forward. Right arm, left leg, long line, fingers forward, heel back. Feel your belly get real strong here as you point your pinky toe down and you hug your thighs to a center place. Reach forward more in your front fingers, back in your back heel. How much extension can you feel in that diagonal line of your body? Now the other side. Right hand on the mat, 2 knees underneath you. Now your left hand reaches forward, your right heel behind you. Strong belly, thighs hugging a center place. Pinky toe pointing down. Extra activation in your front fingertips reaching forward. Back heel reaching back. Strong belly, center place, hugs tight. 2 hands to the mat, 2 knees to the mat. This time with your toes tucked under, your hips go back towards your heels, your forehead comes down towards the mat. Take a breath. Heart forward to plank. Lower elbows close, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tops of your feet press down, pinky toes press down. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Walk out the backs of your legs here. Feeling extension in first one arm and then the other arm. One leg and then the other leg. Ground your knees. Bring your left foot forward between your hands. Bring 2 hands to the sky. Look up. Think about hugging thighs to a center line and lifting your bottom ribs. Really shining your heart up towards the sky, dropping your shoulders away from your ears. Strong hips, strong belly. Inhale, bottom ribs lift. Exhale, shoulders fall away from your ears. Hands sweep by your sides. Exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands sweep by your sides. Inhale, 2 hands to the sky. Fingers interlace behind you. Arms straighten, palms lift, lengthen. And then bow inside your knee. Rise up, 2 hands to the sky. Look up. 2 hands to the mat. Right hand roots, left hand rises. Gaze to the top. Take your left arm and tuck it behind your back. Hug your thighs to a center place and lift your heart up towards the sky. Gaze to the top. Hands either side of your front foot. Hips forward, heart forward. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, draw back, front leg straightens, gaze to belly. Inhale, hips and heart forward, lengthen. Exhale, back. Your own breath. All right, stack your front knee bone on top of your ankle bone. Bring 2 hands to the top of your leg. Now, think about your thighs hugging the center place as you bring your body forward, hips forward, heart forward. And then bend your back knee, reach behind you, catch your right ankle, hug your heel into your booty. Keep hugging thighs to a center place. Try to square your shoulders to the front edge of the mat. And bring your heart and your hips forward just a little bit more. Unwind. 2 hands to the mat. Front foot meets the back foot. Plank. Chaturanga. Elbows close. Inhale. Heart forward. Lengthen. Tops of your feet press down. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Ground your knees. Bring your right foot forward between your hands. 2 hands to the sky. Look up. Lift your bottom ribs. Look up at the sky. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Hug your thighs to a center line. Exhale, hands sweep by your sides. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, hands sweep. Inhale, arms rise. Fingers interlace behind you. Arms straighten, palms lift, lengthen. And bow inside your knee. Rise up. 2 hands to the sky, look up. 2 hands to the earth, either side of your front foot. Hips forward, heart forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw back, front leg straightens, gaze to belly. Inhale, hips and heart forward, lengthen. Exhale, back. Hands on top of your knee. Thighs hug a center place. Bring your hips and heart forward. Left hand reaches behind you. Catch your left ankle. Hug it into your booty. Release your foot. 2 hands to the mat. Front foot meets the back foot. Plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet to hands. Inhale, extend your flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms to your sides. Rise to standing. Hands touch at the top. Reach behind you, tap your shoulder blades. And then exhale, arms to your sides. Same thing 2 more times. Inhale, 2 hands up. Tap. Exhale. 1 more. Step your right foot forward, right foot back, left knee forward. So lift your back heel up, square your hips to the front edge of the mat, stack your knee bone on top of your ankle, 2 hands to the sky, look up. Thinking about that back bend activation. Bottom ribs lifting, back thigh lifting, gazing up. Now arms out like wings. Bend your elbows, pinkies forward, shoulders fall, elbows lift, sit a little deeper, thighs hug a center. Two hands to the sky, look up. Ground your back heel. Exhale, hands sweep by your sides, fingers interlace behind you, arms straighten, palms lift, lengthen through the crown of your head, bow inside your knee. Two hands to the sky, look up. Two hands to the mat, either side of your front foot. Lift your back heel up, front foot meets the back foot. Plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet, walk, step, float to hands. Inhale, extend your flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms to your sides. Rise up, touch your shoulder blades. Exhale, arms to your sides. 2 more, your own breath. Inhale, up, tap. Exhale. All right, left foot forward, right foot back. The other one from last time, whatever that means. I think your left foot steps back. 2 hands to the sky, look up. Lift your back heel, sit a little deeper. Lift your bottom ribs. Lift your back thigh. Look up. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your belly strong and your thighs hugging the center. Arms like wings. Bend your elbows, pinkies rotate forward. Back thigh lifts. Round your back heel. 2 hands to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands sweep by your sides. Inhale, arms reach up. Fingers interlace behind you. Arms straighten, palms lift, lengthen. And bow inside your knee. Two hands to the sky, look up. 2 hands to the mat. Lift your back heel, front foot meets the back foot, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Make sure your collar is wide. Your arm bones rotating out away from each other. Softness in your elbows and knees, heels lifting off the ground, tailbone lifting up towards the sky, strong belly, freedom in your neck. Ground your knees, come to standing on your knees. Extend your left leg out. Tuck your back toe under, right toe under. Left hand towards your left knee, right hand reaches up. Release your wrist. And circles in one direction. Circles the other direction. Reach a little higher. And then towards the side wall, look up at your top thumb. All right, unwind. Other side. Left knee underneath you, right leg extends out. Left hand reaches up. And release your wrist. One direction. Other direction. Reach a little higher. And then towards the side wall, look up at your thumb. Unwind. Two knees underneath you. Bring your hands to your low back. If your fingertips are willing to point up, point them up. If they want to point down, that's okay. Bring your knees close to each other, thighs close to each other. Strong belly, strong booty, strong legs, hugging a center. And then start to inhale from this place of support, lifting your bottom ribs up. And then exhaling your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, lift your bottom ribs. Lift your heart. Exhale, shoulders fall away. Your own breath. Downward facing dog. Heart forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, extend your flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Arms to your sides, rise up. Tap your shoulder blades. And then exhale, arms to your sides. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bring your big toes together. Bring your knees to each other and sit into an imaginary chair. Sit back. And then lift your hands up. And look up at your top thumb. Keep challenging your balance to sit back. Keep challenging yourself to hug the center with your legs, thighs, knees, belly. Arms to your sides, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, extend your flat spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hinging forward. Take a couple of breaths here. You can bend your knees as much as you want to in order to feel your head be able to release. No and yes. Maybe take a hold of your big toes with your peace fingers and think about inhale, lengthening. And then exhale, when you fold forward, make sure it's at your hips and not your waist. Your elbows can go out to the sides as you fold forward, ribs to your leg bone. Find your plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ground your knees and come onto your belly. Hands underneath your shoulders. Let your hips wiggle a little left and right. All right, inhale, lift 2 arms and 2 legs up. And then exhale, cheek to one side, rest to the earth. Inhale, lift 2 arms, 2 legs. Exhale, release, cheek to the other side. Flowing with your own breath here. Inhaling up and exhaling to release. All right, extend your left arm out like a wing. Your right hand comes underneath your right armpit. Now roll onto your left side. Let your right knee pop up and plant your foot behind your right leg. So you can stay here with this variation. Or you can lift your other knee up. 2 feet grounding. Right arm behind your back. Now unwind slowly and carefully. Unwinding. Now your right arm is going to extend out directly from your right shoulder. The left hand is going to come under your left armpit. You can start to roll yourself onto your right side. Lift your left knee up. Ground your left foot behind your right leg. Take a moment. And then lift your other knee up. Ground your other leg. You don't have to do all of these variations. You can just stay with the shoulder stretch. Maybe the first knee. Maybe just roll onto your side. Or maybe take the whole pose and reach your left arm behind your back. Maybe stack it on top of your right arm. And slowly, with control, unwinding from that. All right, now bend your knees and reach behind you and catch your ankles. Press your feet into your hand, flex your feet. Inhale, press your feet into your hands, lift your heart. Exhale, press your heels up towards the sky. Inhale, press your feet into your hands. Exhale, heels lift up. Keep hugging your knees to the center. Keep your gaze down and forward. Your neck is neutral. Now unwind, release, and then bring 2 arms forward. And ground your forehead, bend your elbows, thumbs on the back of your neck. Walk your big toes down away from the crown of your head, and then your pinky toes walk down away from the crown of your head. And then your thumbs contact the back of your neck and your shoulders press away from your ears. Let every breath here be deep and smooth and even. First, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. And then find your downward facing dog. Lift your tailbone up. Let your navel draw you back. Let your collar be wide. Let pressure in your fingers be even. Let your palms feel like suction cups on the mat. Let your heels be behind your third toes. Let your neck be loose and your collar wide. Heart forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ground your knees here. Take your left arm and bring it underneath your right armpit. Grab the mat, draw it towards you. Open your outer shoulder. Hands like prayer. Heart lifts up towards your thumbs. Gaze to the top. And then unwind. Right arm underneath your left armpit. Grab the mat, draw it towards you. Open your outer shoulder and weight of your body comes down. Hands like prayer. Heart lifts up towards your thumbs. Gaze to the top. Unwind. Plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet to hands. Inhale, extend your flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms to your sides. Rise up. Tap your shoulder blades. And exhale, arms release. All right, come on down to your knees. And tuck your toes under so your heels are up off the ground. Okay, now think about strong hips, strong booty, strong belly. Inhale, lift your bottom ribs. Now, you can bring your hands to your low back here. Your fingertips pointing down or up. Now, inhale, lift your bottom ribs. And then exhale, reach back behind you and touch your right heel with your right hand. And then bring your hand back to your low back. And now the other side. So inhale, lift your bottom ribs. Exhale, reach behind you, tap your heel. Hands back to your low back. Inhale, bottom ribs lift, heart lifts. Exhale, opposite hand taps your heel. Hands back. Inhale, lift your ribs. Exhale, tap your opposite heel. Trying to keep your hips strong. Make sure you're not leaning back. Your hips are not going back towards your heels. Your hands are going back to your heels, but your hips are still going forward. If this is easy, you can point your toes and tap. One hand to a heel. And then come back to the middle even place. Lift your bottom ribs up. Tap your other heel. Come back to the even place. All right, so when you've had enough of that, your counter pose for this is going to be downward facing dog. It's going to be neutralizing. And then your feet come to your hands again. Inhale, extend your flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms to your sides, rise to standing. Tap your shoulder blades. Arms to your sides. Big toes together, hands at your heart center. Sit into the imaginary chair. Hands reach up. Thighs hug a center place. Sit back. Bottom ribs soften down. Gaze to your top thumb. Find your even pose, Samasthiti. Step your right foot back. Square your hips to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, two hands to the sky. Exhale, hands come to your heart center. Lengthen back heel through the crown of your head. Make sure your front knee bone's stacked on top of your ankle. Lengthen, and then bring your belly button to the left. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, right elbow taps your left knee. Inhale, center. Now, right elbow hooks across your left knee. Heart lifts up to your thumbs, gaze to the top. Unwind, 2 hands to the sky, look up. Exhale, arms sweep by your sides. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands sweep, fingers interlace, arms straighten, palms lift, lengthen, back heel through the crown of your head. And now folding, exhale, hands to the sky. Rise up, 2 hands to the sky, look up. 2 hands to the earth, front foot meets the back foot, plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet to hands. Inhale, extend your flat spine. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms to your sides. Rise up, tap your shoulder blades. And release, arms to the sides. Left foot steps back, hands to your heart center. Warrior 1 feet, lengthening back heel through the crown of your head. Inhale, lengthen, belly to the right, exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, left elbow taps your right knee. Inhale, center. Now exhale, left elbow hooks your right knee, heart lifts up to your thumbs, gazes up. Unwind, 2 hands to the sky, look up. Fingers interlace behind you, arms straighten, palms lift, lengthen. Bow inside your knee. Two hands to the sky, look up. Two hands to the earth. Front foot meets the back foot, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ground your knees and come to standing on your knees. Now, first with your toes tucked under and your hands on your low back, bring that activation to your low back, belly, booty, legs, where they're strong and stable. And then you're lifting your bottom ribs. Inhale, lift your bottom ribs. Exhale, shoulders fall away from your ears. And then you can reach back. Maybe two hands will touch your heels at the same time. Just make sure you're not coming back in your hips. Your hips are still pressing forward and strong. So you stay here with your hands on your low back. If your hips start to come back like that, you want to keep your hips forward. So if your hips start to come back like this, let go of your heels and just come back here, hands on your low back for support. So with your toes tucked under maybe for Ustrasana. And again, the perfect back neutralizing counter pose for a camel is downward facing dog. Ground your knees, cross your ankles, and come to your seat. All right. So we're going to find plow pose and maybe shoulder stand from here. So we worked on this last week, and we talked about how if you have any impingements in your neck, it can really help a lot to use a blanket underneath your upper back. Like your head can hang off the edge. And then when your legs go up in the air, you can start to bring your hands to your low back and bring your elbows close to each other and your legs straight up. So here's shoulder stand. And if you want to feel plow pose, then you start to bring your legs behind you towards the mat. If your toes touch the mat, you can interlace your fingers and straighten your arms. If your toes do not touch the mat, you need to keep your hands on your back for support. Every inhale, no matter which of these variations you're taking, plow pose, shoulder stand, toes on the ground, not, every inhale, you're lifting your hips up. All right, let's unwind from that. Bring your hands to your booty. Come to sitting. First come to sitting. Bring your hands to your booty. And then when you start to recline, try to bring your elbows as close to each other as they can be. And then release your head back so that the crown of your head comes to the mat. Now you can unwind all that and bring your back to the mat and your knees up this time. Your hands are close to your sides. Press through your big toes to lift your hips up. Take a couple breaths here. Really feeling the engagement. Your big toes into the mat, your hips towards the sky. And then bring your booty to the mat. Your soles of your feet come together, your knees open to the sides, fingers interlace, palms to the back wall. Extend your right leg out. Hug your left knee into your heart. And then hug your thighs to a center place and square everything up. Flex your feet. Toes spread wide. Toes are pointing towards your face. Now bring your left knee across your body. Stack your hips. Extend your left arm out like a wing and look out across your left fingertips, pressing your hips down and towards the foot of the mat. Unwind. Extend your left leg out. Hug your right knee in. Square up. Bring your right knee over to the left side of your body so your hips have to stack. Extend your right arm out like a wing. Look out across your right fingertips. Unwind. Knees up, arms out like wings. Knees fall to one side, look away from your knees. Inhale your knees up. Exhale your knees to the other side, look away. Follow your own breath, feeling the twist on both sides a few times. Bring your knees into your heart and rock a little left and right. Bring your knees around in circles one way 3 times. The other way 3 times. Check in with yourself. Any other poses or counter poses, take them now. Otherwise, as you're ready, extend yourself out onto the mat. Let your feet flop open. Turn your palms up. Scoot your shoulders away from your ears and start to come into your breath. Every inhale fills you. Every exhale empties you. Notice there's a central channel of energy from your tailbone through the crown of your head, your spine, your spinal cord. You can kind of start to visualize it. Even as your eyes are closed, you can kind of see this energy that keeps you upright, that is your digestion, that is the assimilation of information and ideas to action. And then notice from the central channel of energy from your tailbone through the crown of your head, there's all these little tributaries from this major river that is Sushumna, that is your central channel. All the little nadis that run out from your central channel to all of the places that are you. Your fingertips, your toes, your internal organs, your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, your ankles. Every part of your body is nourished by this energy that it starts from the central channel of your body and then extends out through lots of little channels. Notice how every inhale makes all of that light, all of those channels a little brighter. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Reach your arms to the back wall and stretch. And then slowly roll to a side, gently. And as you become ready, come to your comfortable seated position, hands at your heart center. Inhale, hands spread wide. Sip in a little more air. And exhale, hands together. Your own breath. Namaste. Good job.